Have you ever wondered what happens the moment we leave this world? Is it an end, a beginning, or something far beyond human comprehension? Across the ages, people from every culture have grappled with this ultimate mystery. Ancient texts, sacred scriptures, and spiritual teachings have offered their own interpretations of what comes next. Yet, among them all, there is one manuscript that stands out, a guide not just for death, but for life itself. Today, we dive into the secrets of the Bardo Thodol, more commonly known as the Tibetan Book of the Dead. This ancient text isn't merely a guide to the afterlife. It's a profound roadmap for living and a timeless reminder of the power of the human mind. The birth of the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Let's travel back in time to 8th century Tibet, a mystical land of snow-capped mountains, sacred valleys, and a culture deeply intertwined with spirituality. It was in this unique environment that one man would revolutionize Tibetan Buddhism and leave a legacy that would span centuries. Padmasambhava, the revered Buddhist master, is often credited with bringing esoteric teachings to Tibet. Known as Guru Rinpoche, he didn't just teach in the conventional sense, he transformed the very fabric of Tibetan spirituality. Among his many contributions, he preserved the teachings of the Bardo Thodol, hiding its profound wisdom until the time was right for humanity to understand. Though the text is often associated with the moment of death, its teachings extend far beyond that. It offers us a mirror, a reflection of our lives, our minds, and our spiritual journeys. What is the Bardo? At the heart of the Bardo Thodol is a concept central to Tibetan Buddhism, the Bardo. In Tibetan, Bardo means intermediate state or liminal space. It refers to the period between death and rebirth, but it also applies to the state between waking and sleeping, or even during moments of great spiritual transition in life. The Bardo Thodol describes what happens to the soul in 3 distinct phases after death, each phase representing an opportunity for liberation or entrapment. Let's take a closer look at these phases. Phase 1, the Chikai Bardo, the moment of death. The first phase, known as the Chikai Bardo, begins at the moment of death. Imagine, if you will, the final breath. The soul begins its journey and immediately encounters the clear light, a brilliant, radiant light that transcends everything we know. This is the ultimate opportunity for liberation, a chance to merge with the boundless infinite, to experience the highest state of spiritual realization. For those who are prepared, the clear light offers a direct path to freedom. It's an invitation to dissolve the ego, to surrender completely, and to merge with the ultimate truth. However, for most souls, this light is overwhelming, too vast to comprehend, and the fear of the unknown takes over. This fear pushes the soul toward the next phase. Phase 2, the Chonyid Bardo, the realm of visions. Next comes the Chonyid Bardo, the second phase, where the soul experiences a series of vivid visions. These aren't just fleeting, dreamlike images. They are profound manifestations of the mind itself. In this realm, the soul encounters peaceful deities, wrathful demons, and surreal landscapes. But here's the profound truth the Bardo Thodol teaches us. These visions are not external forces, but projections of the soul's own mind. The peaceful deities represent our highest potential for enlightenment, compassion, wisdom, and love. The wrathful demons, on the other hand, are reflections of our unresolved fears, desires, and attachments. This is where the soul's journey takes a critical turn. If the soul is able to recognize that these visions are projections of its own mind, it may achieve a moment of clarity and spiritual breakthrough. But if the soul is overwhelmed by fear or attachment, it is pulled deeper into the cycle of suffering. In the Chonyid Bardo, the soul faces the opportunity for enlightenment, or the risk of further entanglement in the illusions of the mind. Phase 3. The Sidpa Bardo, the realm of rebirth. Finally, we arrive at the third phase, the Sidpa Bardo, the realm of rebirth. Here, karmic forces come into play. The soul is drawn toward its next incarnation, driven by unresolved desires and attachments. But the Bardo Thodol offers a stark choice. The soul is given the opportunity to break free from the cycle of rebirth, to recognize the illusions of the Sidpa Bardo, and to liberate itself from the karmic forces at play. Yet, most souls are still caught in the grip of their desires, unable to see through the veil of illusion. For the wise and prepared, however, there is still a chance for liberation. This is the final moment when the soul can choose to transcend the cycle of life and death. The Bardo is a mirror, life and death. So what does all of this mean for us, here and now? The truth is, the Bardo Thodol is not just a guide for the dead, it's a guide for the living. It teaches us that the mind is the architect of our reality, both in life and after death. How often do we confront our fears? How often do we truly reflect on our attachments, the things that bind us to suffering? The Bardo Thodol asks us to live with awareness, to cultivate clarity, compassion, and courage, and to recognize the fleeting nature of all things. In today's fast-paced, distracted world, we rarely take the time to pause and reflect. We often chase after things, money, fame, possessions, without ever asking ourselves what truly brings peace, happiness, or freedom. The Bardo Thodol invites us to live intentionally, to embrace each moment, and to prepare for the inevitable transition of death by living in a way that aligns with our highest potential. The Bardo is not an end, it's a continuation. At the core of the Bardo Thodol is the teaching that death is not an end, but a continuation of the journey, the unfolding of the soul. Just as in life, we face moments of transition, moments when we must face our fears, overcome obstacles, and choose the path of wisdom or illusion. The Bardos remind us that every moment is an opportunity for liberation. Imagine facing the clear light, a pure, radiant brilliance. Would you recognize it for what it is, or would you be consumed by fear? Imagine encountering your deepest fears in the Chonyid Bardo. Could you face them with clarity, or would you be swept away by them? The Bardo Thodol teaches us that life and death are not separate realms. They are intertwined. Our spiritual journey continues beyond the physical body, and the choices we make now will shape the course of that journey. Living with awareness. So, what can we take away from these ancient teachings? The Bardo Thodol offers a powerful reminder that liberation is always within reach. Whether we are facing life's daily challenges or preparing for the inevitable transition of death, the key is awareness. By living consciously, we can navigate the trials of life with greater ease and clarity. Are you ready to face your own fears, to confront your attachments, and live with intention? The Bardo Thodol invites us to live fully, to embrace both life and death as part of the same sacred journey. As we explore the wisdom of the ages, let's not forget the most important lesson, that our journey is not about the destination, but about how we live each moment, each step, with love, courage, and compassion. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Share this wisdom with someone you care about, and let's continue to explore the mysteries of life and death together.